If you're seeking a holiday destination without the crowds, then Lord Howe Island is the place for you. With a population of only 380 people, it allows 400 visitors to stay per night. And there's a very important reason for this. Ian Hutton is a naturalist, museum curator and director of Lord Howe Nature Tours. My tour starts at the Lord Howe Island Museum, which has been here for a period of time but has been upgraded recently. It houses some terrific insights and artefacts from the island. From here, we're headed to a location called Clear Place. It's 40 metres above sea level to take a stroll through the forest right on the edge of the cliff face. It's just such a spectacular environment here. It's got to be protected, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, and that's what the World Heritage Listing is all about, to really give us good protection. In about 1980, the board of the island, they decided to put a cap on the number of visitors, and they just plucked 400 as being the cap. And it's been fantastic for the environment. That means that the human pressure is minimal. So it's not just people walking, but it's things like electric, waste, food, transport. All these things would increase if we had more than 400 tourists.
Ian Hutton arrived on Lord Howe Island in 1980 as a young biologist and budding naturalist. Over the next 40 years, he has explored and documented the island's diverse habitats, marine life, plants, birds, weather patterns and geology. Every animal plays its part in a healthy ecosystem, and we get experiences, things like marsupials in the mainland burrowing. There's burrows here, but they're birds that are burrowing, aren't they?
That's right, there's hundreds of burrows in this soft sand here, and they're one of the seabirds, the mutton bird that breeds at Lord Howe. Maybe about 17,000 pairs come back every spring. So they're in their burrow and they're sweeping out sand to clean it out, and they swept this plastic out, and it's quite amazing. It's not plastic from Lord Howe Island, but the birds have actually picked this up while flying over the ocean. They go down the burrow to feed their chick, and if they get fed too much plastic, they die because they can't get enough food and they're full of plastic. And when we marvel at the great forest here, they're only growing on this sterile sand, and the only reason these 20-metre banyans and palms exist here is because for 6 months of the year the shearwaters come back at night and fertilise this. It allows the forest to grow. And it shows the interconnectedness of the ocean, the land, humans, because if through plastic or other reasons the birds disappeared, then the nutrient load would be lost, and over decades the forest would diminish, probably go back to scrubland here.
Ian leads me to a stunning pandanus forest, unlike anything I've seen before. On the forest floor, seeds are sprouting. Great news for the island's flora and fauna conservation. Once a food source for rats, a radical eradication program has proven successful, and the ecology is rebounding.
It was all down to the New Zealanders. About 1980, the Department of Conservation started removing rats off their islands, and using all that science, the eradication of rats happened here in 2019 successfully. Every last rat, maybe 150,000 rats, were eliminated, and we're just seeing a renaissance in the forest here. Not only pandanus seedlings, all of the trees. We're seeing beetles that haven't been seen for 60 years. Snails are increasing, and the birds. The black phasmid, flightless stick insect, used to live all over Lord Howe Island, and the rats wiped that out by 1930. The first rock climbing party that got onto Ball's Pyramid, 1964, found a dead phasmid and took it back to Sydney, and eventually in 2001 scientists got onto Ball's Pyramid, collected live phasmids, and Melbourne Zoo are successfully breeding them to later reintroduce back here now that the rats have gone.
If you'd like a chance to explore and understand this World Heritage listed island, how about taking part in Lord Howe Island's nature tour? Guided by Ian, the tours range from 2 hours to a full day, and it's well worth it.